Good morning, and thank you for coming here with us to the 2018 Holiday Food and Gift Festival. My name is Nick. I'm with the Bates Technical College Broadcasting and Visual Production Program. We're going to walk around here and do some interviews with some of the vendors for the show. So come on with us, and let's see how things go. Good morning. How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good. So I chatted with you folks a little earlier today. My name is Nick. I'm with the Bates Technical College Broadcasting and Visual Production Program, and we'd like to interview you guys for a few minutes if you'd like. We'd love to hear about your products and what you guys are doing here. Tell me about your products.
This is our line of back scratchers. We have three versions. This is our two-handed version that actually you put behind your back, and you make a back and forth motion. It's like you're drying it off with the towel. So, and then we have a mini version. It's the same thing. It's just a little smaller, and then we just came out with our extension. So it just extends. But the nice feature of them is they have two different sides. They have a spiky side and kind of a nubbier side. So you can kind of pick what you want. So.
How exciting! This is the missing link in life. I've always wanted one of these.
There it is.
Perfect.
Figure it out.
All right. We'll definitely be coming by. We're going to get a few more interviews before our next show. Thanks so much for your time. Good morning. How are you? So my name's Nick, and I'm with the Bates Technical College Broadcasting and Visual Production Program, and we're going around the show just interviewing different vendors about what their products are, and if you have a moment, we'd love to chat with you about what your product is.
This is our aloe cream, and it's made from the Barbadensis miller, the highest healer, the best healer of all the aloe plants. There's 180 of them, by the way.
Really, 180 different kinds of aloe. Who knew?
And so this will not only heal, it just so many different, irritating skin and psoriasis and eczema, but just moisturize head to toe. It's amazing.
It does sound amazing. Excellent. Do you have a local brick and mortar store? Where are you located at?
We just online and at shows.
Fantastic. What's your website?
It is corium21cream.com.
That's fantastic. Why don't we hold that up for our camera? We can get a little close-up on that.
This is our little mini that we give away for free when you buy one of these.
Wow. We're going to send some folks your way.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a good one.
Hey Nick, so yeah, we're getting pretty bad signal in here, so we need to stay out of the tents here.
Okay. Do you want to, where do we want to go?
Okay. Yeah, so we'll let you know when we find some, and then I'll stand still.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, we were just going too fast.
Okay,
there.
that's
They
fine.
didn't have
Yeah.
a moment.
All right, so we'll go things a little bit slower, a little bit more
Yeah.
simpler.
And
So,
let's get out of here because this is where we're glitching pretty hard.
okay. Do we want to try the tiny house? That could be fun.
Pinterest, I mean, my wife's got me into Pinterest. Pinterest is a great resource. Like, you can find tons of ketogenic recipes, variations, and such. You just got to be careful because some of them will say, like, low carb, and you just got to really look at how low carb that they're going because they might not necessarily be ketogenic. But Pinterest, yeah, awesome. That's where I get a lot of, that's where I get a lot of my recipes. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, the fat bombs, yeah. No, not today, but yeah, that's the big keto. I'm making a cauliflower mac and cheese. Yeah. Yep, got bacon. Yeah, so. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I don't have a business anymore, or I just do this for fun. I just been keeping with the demos, and so it's just fun for me. And if I can educate somebody, then that's cool. But okay, cool. No, not even a website. I just have my email if you want to contact me for information. Okay, I will. I'm just a guy that likes to have fun. Just exactly. Okay, you got a pen? Okay. Hey, that's me. Hey. So I hear you're like a big deal in the Tacoma area. You're like,
We actually call it Tacoma famous, but it just is a lot of things.
well, it's still
Like
famous.
I have like my hands like a mission.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I should get some. 'Cause I do want to do something like this. True. I know, right? I didn't think I was gonna get. Yep, that's me. I can send you some recipes. I can send you a link to my Pinterest where I have recipes on there. Yeah.
My name's Tammy.
I'm Toby.
And the last name is Jelson. Like Nelson, Ricky Nelson, but no J.
Nice. I like how you put that. That's awesome. I like how you put that. That's awesome. Yeah. Hi. Good. Oh, yeah. Have one. Okay. That's right. Yep. No problem. Sounds good. It won't happen, but that sounds good.
Good morning. How is everyone today? I'd like to give a thank you to Renewal Remodel and Additions for providing the beautiful stage. Thank you, Toby. Bates Technical College for providing a live feed for all of the demos this weekend. And let's give a warm welcome to Toby Robinson.
Hey, that's me.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing today.
Well, this is my third year doing this, not in a row. I missed last year because I missed the email. It was on my other email. But if you saw me 2 years ago, this is like a 360 from what I was doing then. You know, I was all about the comfort holiday foods, doing, the stuffing and all that stuff. I turned a leaf about 2 years ago of doing keto. Anybody know what keto diet is? I know this guy.
Got
He was
some
talking about
hands.
fat bombs right there. Yeah, this guy's going to answer a question, which I'll get into that later. But keto, for those that don't know, it seemed like most of you knew, is a high-fat, moderate protein, and low carb diet. So I'm sorry, your bread has to go away.
Breaking my heart.
I know. There's so many great options out there to replace that bread, but it's about getting yourself in the mindset that you're not going to get bread. You're not going to get that yeasty, beautiful bread that you love. But there's some great options. One of the things that I demoed at the Puyallup Fair was it's called a fat head pizza, and it's almost exactly what you want for a pizza crust. Like it's great. You could look, had a gal ask, do I have recipes? Do I have a website? Do I have, I don't have any of that because I've been out of the food industry for about 2 years now. I was a chef for 12 years, working all over Seattle, owned my own catering company for a while, and just kind of lost the passion for it. But I'm having fun. I'm rediscovering my passion, and with this new lifestyle that I am doing of keto. So let's dive into keto, okay? This recipe is very easy, so I'm going to talk. I'm sorry if I turn this into a TED Talk, but you guys look awake anyway. So keto, there's so many different diets out there, and I don't like to use the word diet, so I use it very loose because diets don't work. How many people have done a diet and gave up within a week, or maybe you've done better. Maybe you stuck to it for a month, and you lost some weight, and then you're like, you know what, I'm done. I can't stick to this. I'm going back, and then you gain that weight back. I'm perfect example of it. Lifestyle change. That's what we want to call it. That's what you need to convince your brain that it's a lifestyle change. And every individual is different. Every single person. We've got people that burn carbs faster. This gentleman right here looks like he's probably a carb burner. He could probably eat carbs all day and not gain an ounce of fat. That's awesome. I admire you. There are people like me that are not a carb burner, that when I eat carbs, I bloat. Carbs are a weakness for me. And so when you go on a lifestyle change, the first thing you got to do is you got to determine, you got to figure out your body. You got to figure out your body, what you do, what exercise you do, and how you burn. Now, you can do that a bunch of different ways. You can figure it out on your own like I did, figure it out the hard way, what foods hurt you and make you feel uncomfortable. Or you can go see a doctor, and they've got so much great technology nowadays that they can do food tests on you, find what you're allergic to, what your body metabolism's like, and I recommend going that route. I mean, because when who's ever eaten a burger felt great, and then afterwards you're hating yourself.
Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged. So what that is that's your body releasing endorphins at first of happiness because you're getting the comfort of that food, but then your body rejecting that food after it's time to process it, because there's so much. I love fast food. Let me just say, I love fast food, but there's so much in that fast food that your body goes on this haywire where it's like, okay, I see that that's protein, let's put that there. I see that that's fat, let's put that there. But what is this? So your body is this great mechanism that knows where to store things, but when you give it something that it doesn't recognize, it goes into this freak out mode. That's why with sugars, you get your you get some sugars like your high fructose corn syrup, where your body doesn't recognize it as a sugar, it doesn't recognize it as anything. So it takes a while for it to flush it out, and so it stores it, and that's where you get fat. So let me cook now while I actually the health department came by, so that's why I'm kind of nervous.
Wash your hands.
It's been about 2 years since I've had to deal with a health department, so.
They're not so bad.
They want you to
They're
wash
just
your.
making
No,
sure
they're
we're
awesome.
good.
No, even when I was in the restaurant, they're great. I mean,
always great.
all they're doing is keeping your food safe, and making sure that you're cooking right. So they're great people.
So what dish are we preparing today?
Today we're gonna make a cauliflower mac and cheese, which I discovered from a friend who her parents are keto, and went over to her and her husband's house to eat, and they made, I told them, it's always hard going over to people's houses because you want to stick true to your lifestyle, but you don't want to offend anybody. So, when he asked what foods I like, I told him about that I was on this ketogenic diet, and he already knew about it. And so his wife made this cauliflower mac and cheese, which was amazing. And so I've kind of, one thing is when I learn a recipe, I like to take it and make it my own and add different stuff and try different stuff. So this is my version of it.
I like any lifestyle change that lets me still eat cheese.
Yeah. But see, and then that's something you got to be careful with too, because with me, I have to cut back on my dairy a bit because I am dairy insensitive and I'm carb sensitive. So what that means is my body doesn't break down cheese that well. I can still put it in my diet, but I just have to monitor how much of it that I eat.
Okay.
So yeah, going into fats on the keto diet. So fats are good. We've learned just within the 2000s. Before, we had the sugar industry. So the sugar industry paid scientists to basically come up with this analogy that it's not sugar that's bad for you, that it's fat. And so what did that cause? That caused this whole trend of low fat. That's why you got your low fat sour creams, you got your low fat yogurts, you got your low. So in 2000, that was debunked by scientists that actually aren't paid off by anybody, and found that fats are actually good for you, that eating whole fats, eating whole milk, eating whole sour cream is actually really good for you. It's good for the gut flora. It's good for your body in general. So what they did now, And like I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. Go if you want to try this diet, this lifestyle, go to your doctor and see what he recommends. But what they did is they took the pyramid and they flipped it. So now carbs are on the bottom, or are on the top. Sorry, top. So because fat was on the top. So they flipped it. Fats are good. Carbs are bad. Now, that doesn't mean all carbs, because there are good carbs. Sweet potatoes, great carbs. Great in natural testosterone. Natural bodybuilders will eat a lot of sweet potatoes because they have a great amount of testosterone in them. Any kind of potato. Sweet potatoes are your best, but if you're going to go, you can still go to your russet potato, any of your potatoes. Rice, I would go more brown rice. A lot of bodybuilders do white rice. I've been sticking with more so I go on and off of this lifestyle. I'll incorporate carbs, good carbs, back into my diet. I'll do this for about 6 months, 7 months, and then I'll start incorporating sweet potato, quinoa, which is a grain, and I'll start incorporating that back into my diet, and then I'll go off it again when I'm trying to burn, because I like to live the bodybuilder lifestyle. So I will, when I'm trying to gain weight, I will go into carbs, good carbs. When I'm trying to lose weight, I'll go into the ketogenic.
All right.
Am I losing everybody so far? Am I talking too much? She told me if I don't talk enough that she's going to start talking.
That's
so.
right. We don't want that.
So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this cauliflower into small pieces. You can cut as small as you want, whatever you want it to look like for a cauliflower mac. We'll do half a head here.
Would you recommend smaller pieces for service just to make it easier, or does it really not make a difference?
Yeah, you want something that's going to hold on a spoon. Obviously, you don't want that. Unless you want to use tongs. So you want them to be small pieces. And then cauliflower on the ketogenic diet is going to be your friend. It's a great vessel for making faux stuff. I make a faux fried rice. So what you can do is you can cut this down either by a grater, or I put it in this cool machine called a Vitamix. Anybody got one?
Oh, yeah,
those are awesome. So that you can put some of the florets in water, fill your pitcher up about halfway, put them in, and then put it on the high cycle, and it'll just grind it up into basically like little chunks like that. And you can also buy, with the keto thing coming out, I know Costco sells rice, cauliflower rice, so you can buy it already done. But yeah, we're just going to chop this into small pieces, just so we can serve it with a spoon, and we'll just put it in the hot water. So talking about fats in the ketogenic diet. So when you have a dairy and sensitivity like me, you have to find other fats than just dairy. So avocado is your friend. Avocado oil is a great fat. You get sick of it after a while, so you do need to find other things. Nuts are a great fat. So I'll sometimes, if I'm fasting, which is a whole different topic, I'll if I'm like super hungry and can't make it through the whole fast, I'll just have like a scoop of peanut butter or something, just to get me through. So there's so many great fats. There's so many great recipes to stick true to this, and that's the tough thing, is finding a lifestyle that you can stick to. Maybe ketogenic isn't for you. Maybe you need carbs. Maybe you need the good carbs. So it's all about finding something healthy that you can stick to. And it's okay if in the bodybuilding world, there's what's called cheat meals. Okay, I don't like to call them cheat meals, because the way I'm wired to go back to that bad food.
Right.
So I just give myself a meal. And it could be a bad meal, and that way I know that, okay, this is a one-time thing. I'm going back to the way I was when I was first starting this. I was rewarding myself with cheat meals, and it would turn into a week-long thing. You know, then I just go right back into that pattern of eating M&Ms, eating junk,
Spiral right into
spiral
it.
right into it. Yeah. So don't call them cheat meals. Call them and never call them a reward, because then you're rewarding yourself for something that you already did good.
Right. Mm-hmm. Also, if anyone wants to take notes, there are postcards on the seats. There is a note card on the back of it. So if you wanted to retain some of this later and anything like me and you're just going to like in one ear, out the other, write it down.
So next we're going to get the cheese sauce going here. And since we have
What kind of cheese are we using today?
Today we're using this, I like this Mexican style blend. So it's got a little bit of cheddar. I think it's got some pepper jack. It's just an all-around good blend. And then we got some cream cheese to kind of thicken it up there. So we're going to start off by cutting half an onion. If you don't like onion, and that's why I love finding recipes that you can work with. I mean, if you don't like onion, don't put onion in there. You don't like garlic, don't put garlic.
Spice it
It's-
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all in what you want.
Don't start crying on us, okay?
Well, the funny thing about that, I just started wearing glasses, and they've actually helped with the onions. Like, I haven't found one so far that's made me cry. But the other thing that I'm trying to get used to is steam.
I'm going to scooch.
Oh,
Scooch.
scooch.
You got it.
There you go. Yeah, just let me know if you can't see anything. Oh, there's no mirror.
No, there's no
There's
mirror,
no-
but they can. They're looking right down on it. So we
Oh,
can
okay,
see it here
okay.
on the screen over here.
The magic of food TV.
That's right.
So I gotta say, it's always such an honor to be in the Tacoma Dome. It brings back so many great memories. I saw Prince right about over there somewhere. It was so awesome. I think it was one of the second to last concerts he did. I was so sad that he died. And then going to WWE events with my cousin, you know, it was awesome watching guys like the Ultimate Warrior.
They had
and
WWE in here?
oh yeah,
Man.
yeah. They used to WWE in here. So for health department reasons, I decided to cut the onion first. And then we're just going to add it with the bacon.
No
because they don't.
cross-contamination.
Yep, exactly. So we're going to get the onion in there, but it's not going to start sweating till we get the fat in there. And it will cook. So we're just going to render this bacon down.
Beautiful.
So
So do you add oil or anything to that pan, or you let the
Nope.
bacon do the job?
I let the bacon do the job. It's got enough fat in it that and such a great meat fat that I just let that cook in the onion and let them sweat together and be happy.
Excellent.
Yep. Yeah, there just so many great memories here. Coming to no, it wasn't the Thunderbirds that played here. It was Tacoma Rockets, or I think that's what they were called. They were another like T-Bird team, and I think they used to play each other. But I remember coming to games. It's just so amazing, and just seeing all the wood structure in here is always so amazing. Any questions?
Have any
I
questions?
doing okay?
I'll come on
I
by
boring
with the
you?
microphone. No, we're watching. We got eyes on you.
So when you render down the bacon, you want to turn it down a little bit. Don't have it all the way up on high. So we're going to go to about 4 on this. This one goes to 11.
So how long does the cauliflower boil for?
Just until it gets to a tender state. So I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes or so. That. I mean, you don't want it to be mush. You just want it to, because you want this is your vessel, so you want it to be able to hold. Yeah, we're almost about there. That was in 10 minutes, maybe 5. Yeah, and then it's gonna finish more in the oven. So
It's a quick recipe. This
Yeah.
is easy peasy.
Yep. And that's what I'm finding at home. I've got 2 kids. I've got a 10-year-old that's very picky and won't eat anything I make, and then I've got a 3-month that I'm hoping to change his diet, make him eat everything.
Good luck with that.
Exactly.
Good luck.
When he was born, I was like, okay, he's not going to watch any TV. This kid's already, I'll sit down and watch the TV, and I'll be holding him, and he's just like looking at the TV. It's like, no, don't look.
Screen time.
Bad.
They pick up on those things quick.
So yeah, we're going to sweat the onions, sweat the bacon, get that together, and then we'll start throwing in the cream. And I'm going to strain this off.
Do we have recipes for this today?
I don't.
Oh,
no.
Note cards. That's what they're there for.
Yeah. If anybody wants my email after this is over, I can write it down on a card like I did for the other gal, and you can email me, and I'll be happy to send you the recipe or give you a link to my Pinterest page that I have tons of recipes on already that are keto friendly. Some of them are ideas of ones that I want to try, and some of them I have tried. Most of them I've tried. I made the other day this, it was a chocolate silk pie with almond crust, almond flour, and it turned out awesome. It was definitely fixed my craving for chocolate.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah. So now back to keto, since I've got time. We're just going to get this sweating. So protein. Now you don't want high protein on this diet because lifestyle. See, protein you want to stay kind of mid range. Like I'm taking in. Let's see. Another cool app is FitnessPal, because when you're doing any lifestyle change, you want to track your food. And I know that's a lot of work, but they make it easy with apps like MyFitnessPal. I don't know if it's Android. I've got one of these fancy iPhones that I don't really know anything about, but it works for me. So I'm at 3,000 calories, and it's pretty cool because you can break it down to what you're taking in. So carbs, I try to do 5%. Fat 70%, so that's awesome, and then about 25% protein. So not a lot of protein, just kind of mid-range. And yeah, if everybody messed with FitnessPal? Anybody?
We got some hands.
Yeah, it's great. So it takes all the work out of you. Like, let's see if I can kind of show you. Like, I'll put in today's.
Zoom in a little bit there.
Yeah, can we zoom in on that? So I've already got it'll already put stuff in there that you've already used. So like today I had eggs. I had 6 eggs, and I had the mild Italian sausage, the Cernio sausage, and I think that was it. And so then you go to your calories. So I used up 849 of my 3,000 calories. So then it shows you how much you have remaining. And then it's pretty cool because you can see your macros. So macros are very important. That's what your intake of the day, and that's what you really want to pay attention to. So as if you can see here, so I've taken in 1% carbs. I've taken in a lot of fat. So actually it breaks it down in nutrients. So protein, I took in 72 of my 188 grams of protein, 2 carbs of my 38 carbs that I'm allowed, and then fat, 61 of my 233 grams of carbs that I could take. So
super handy.
Yeah, so that is a good meal, and that's about where you want your graph to look. Carbs, you want it to look that small, fat, and then your protein. So yeah, it's just so super handy. And then another cool feature about it is that even takes even more of the guesswork out is you can scan things. So let's go back to my journal here. So let's say I want to add this cream. So they have a barcode thing. So you click up here, and then I would just
that's neat.
Scan this barcode, and you can change how much you put in. So a tablespoon, we'll say, that I ate about a tablespoon, and you just click, and then it's in there. So It's really cool. All right, so my bacon's almost about rendered.
Bacon's good.
Yeah, can you
Get
smell
a
that?
shot of
Can you smell that? That should bring in more people. Bacon.
Yes. It just lures them all in.
Yeah. My favorite's when you start handing out the samples, and then they start coming in. Then everybody starts.
Like, wait a second.
I don't remember seeing you in the demo.
So are you going to make the cheese sauce here in the pan with the bacon and onion?
Yep. So we're just
Excellent.
gonna add everything right in there. So next we're gonna add in the cream cheese. Oh, I forgot my favorite ingredient: roasted garlic.
Oh, yes.
Anybody roasted their own garlic before? No,
Yeah,
it's so easy to do. So what you do is you get a pan kind of like this, and you can buy that big bags of garlic. I think Costco has them that are already peeled.
Yep.
And you just pour them in here, and you just submerge them in oil. Put it in an oven. I like to start out about 250, and just kind of slowly cook it, and then I'll normally probably about 20 minutes, and then I'll crank it up to like 300. And what you'll get when you know it's done is you'll get this beautiful color of garlic, and it's so great because what you can do is just kind of smear it like this. Don't worry, health department, I'm not serving this stuff. I've got one in there. And you can just smear it, make this paste, just like that.
It's
and
a
you can
thing
just
of beauty right there.
Oh, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
And
tasty.
you just put that right in there, and it'll give it so much flavor.
So tasty.
Yeah. But you just got to watch it because it'll burn.
Don't burn your bacon.
Don't burn your bacon.
Don't do it.
All right, you can talk now.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just like in awe of the bacon.
Yeah.
Can't help myself. Do we have any questions so far? We're all in awe of the bacon. How much cream cheese are you adding?
It's probably about half a cup.
Okay.
I mean,
Do you
know,
eyeball your recipes?
I do.
Okay.
That's why it's hard for me to get recipes because I don't really, unless I'm baking. Baking, I follow to the T, but with cooking, it's like nobody got hurt by a little too much bacon.
No, I don't think it's
Or
going to
cheese.
make anyone angry. The more,
Yeah.
the merrier.
So we're just going to kind of soften up that cream cheese just a little bit before we start adding the cream in.
And about how much cream are you going to put in there?
Maybe probably about a cup or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a heavy cream?
Yep.
Perfect.
Heavy whipping cream.
And is there anything that you would recommend to substitute if someone wanted to go a different route?
Yeah, a little bit more work because heavy cream's so thick that it can thicken with the cheese. But if you want to do like almond flour roux, which is butter, flour mixed together, and you want to melt the butter and the flour, incorporate the flour together, it's like 50-50. You could make a roux, and then you could use almond milk. You could use coconut milk. Pretty much any of your milks. You could use your whole fat milk if you don't want to use the cream, but you just want to get it kind of thick so that when you add your cheese, you're already kind of in that state of where the heavy cream was.
Mm-hmm.
Switch to a whisk here. Where am I on time? Oh, looking okay.
We're doing all right.
Yeah, we're almost done. Let me check on the finished product. Magica Food TV.
Like they just pull the finished one out of the fridge, and here's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Except for I don't got my sous chefs down there working and making it beautiful. So what it comes out is what it comes out.
It's gonna be. It's cheesy cauliflower bacony goodness. It's a
Exactly,
thing
yeah.
of beauty.
I used to love watching cooking shows as a kid, and I never knew the hidden secrets of the behind the scenes where they I always just thought they made this beautiful dish every time and didn't know they had this behind the scenes people that were making it beautiful
It's a very
for them.
unfair advantage
Yeah.
for those of us who make delicious but ugly food.
Hey, yeah, and I don't mind. I mean, if it's, I posted something on Instagram a couple weeks ago that I made. What was it? It was I think it was a tuna casserole, but I made it with cauliflower rice instead. And it wasn't the prettiest dish, I mean, on the plate. And somebody made a comment. I'm like, well, I'm not a restaurant. I just make food that I like.
It's going to be delicious.
Exactly. Yeah. About 4 years ago, I went to this chef summit in Colorado, and I ran into a guy from Food Network that he's in charge of. You can see how it's getting thick here.
Yeah.
He's in charge of doing all the setup for like Iron Chef America and Chopped, and he said one of the things they do is they'll actually run through everything before they do, like what was that one, Cutthroat Kitchen, where they gave them different stuff to work with.
Yeah.
And so they would actually make sure that they were giving them reasonable stuff to work with. They would do like their own mini like Cutthroat Kitchen or Iron Chef.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. So he's like, you know, they would battle each other. So it was pretty cool hearing about that. Yeah. Man, I always feel like Madonna in this thing.
I'm like, just break out in song. It'll be all right.
All right, so this is getting to a boil. We don't want to go any further than that because we don't want to scorch our milk, our cream.
And how
So-
much cheese are you adding here?
All of this? No.
All of
it. All the cheese.
Again, the more the merrier.
We'll add probably, let's say, maybe that's about a cup and a half, 2 cups.
Okay.
You can add more if you want to. Just like that. Cheesy goodness. And then I like to add my favorite ingredient, sriracha.
Sriracha.
I like to kick it up with some spice. This is a Trader Joe's sriracha.
Oh.
Yeah, fancy.
Nice. So we got sriracha, garlic,
Yep.
onions. You like Flavor Town. That's
I
what's
like
happening
yes,
here.
I do. I do. Yeah. But my wife gets on me because when I'm like really into trying to get myself ready for a show, I haven't done one yet because I haven't felt comfortable to where I was at. But you know, I'll eat bland food. I'll just eat like some broccoli and chicken, just that, you know, a little salt and pepper. That's it. But she's like always getting on me. She's like, "Don't you want to throw some flavor in that? Don't you want to?"
Yes.
And I'll eat, you know, I'll eat the same thing. I'll make a big batch of this and I'll eat it all week. I mean, I have no problem just eating the same thing every day. Okay, so that's about cheese saucy enough.
Take a peek.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks cheesy.
Queso.
Cheesy saucy.
So I didn't bring a mixing bowl, so we'll just reuse this pot here to mix it up. So throw your cauliflower noodles / florets
All
in there.
right.
And just dump your cheese sauce. Can I get an ooh and ah?
Ooh,
Ah, look at that, yeah.
Cheese sauce.
You guys are too quiet for me. Goodness. I know it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. I'm convinced everyone hasn't had enough coffee yet, too.
Yeah. Maybe I should have done a coffee demo. They do caveman coffee, which is one of the things on keto because it's high fat. So it's using coconut butter or oil and putting it into your coffee. And then you can put more fat in it if you want, like some heavy cream or milk.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Love it.
So there we go.
So we've got some cheesy cauliflower.
And then we'll just put it right in this pan here.
How many people will this serve traditionally?
Well, this, I mean, a whole head, probably a family of 4.
Nice.
Because, well, depends, because my family, for 2 of them eat very small, and then there's me that eats the rest of it. So
gobble it up.
So one Toby and 3 small eaters. So yeah, that's not going to fill the whole pan, but then you can throw some more cheese on the top and
yes, more cheese.
get that, you know, just something like that, and throw it in there. And then, oh my gosh, what's
and
this right here?
The oven is set at
It's at 350.
350
So
for
we're-
how long?
For until, well, so this is already cooked because everything already cooked, so you're just melting the cheese at this point. If you're going to cool it down like I did and then reheat it, so maybe about 20 minutes to get it heated up again.
Okay.
And then if you want to melt some more cheese on the top. Hey, there's a lady talking. Jesus?
No. No, I don't think so.
And then you just throw a little cheese on the top like
Get
that.
a shot of that.
Yeah. And there we go.
All right. And we
Whoop,
have,
shoot.
oh no.
I spilled. Tell.
Anything with the cheese.
No.
Don't
Is it okay
see
if I use
these,
this towel?
These things, yes.
Okay.
These things happen in kitchens.
Yep.
This is real life. None of that Cooking Network magic.
That's right.
But we have an upward shot from above. We have our cheesy cauliflower. Goodness.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions? You guys are so quiet. Well, I do
Favorite
believe
sports team? Nothing? Like,
we're going to have samples. And if you need details about keto diet, some
Yeah.
good resources for any recipes, hit up Toby. He'll give you his email, his personal email.
will do.
You
Yep.
can just give the guy a call. Let's give it up for Toby Robinson, guys.
You guys just want to eat. That's what's going on here.
It was the bacon.
It's the
all the
bacon.
bacon's
Yeah.
fault.
Oh yeah, plates. Yep. Let's put this stuff here. These are keto dad. No, is that it?
Oh, the snow's coming down. I'm watching it fall. Lots of people around. Baby, please come home. Christmas. And the church bells in town. Christmas. All singing in song. Christmas. Full of happy sounds. Baby, please come home. They're singing deck the halls, but it's not like Christmas at all. I remember when you were here, and all the fun we had last year. Pretty lights on the tree, I'm watching them shine. You should be here with me. Baby, please come home. They're singing deck the halls, but it's not like Christmas at all. I remember when you were here, and all the fun we had last year. Oh, it felt away. I hope like this to you, but it's Christmas Day. So please, please, baby, please, please, baby, please come home. Oh, no, it don't feel like Christmas at all. Oh, baby, please come home. No, it don't feel like Christmas at all. Oh, baby, please come home.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just
can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents under the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams, and I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. Please have snow and lots of mistletoe and presents under the tree. Oh yes, and Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams, and I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. If only in my dreams. Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. Oh, this Christmas, fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here, my world is filled with cheer and you. Oh, this Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town, they do. This Christmas, fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. winter's night, stars shine like silver bells. This winter's night, the mistletoe won't kiss and tell. Snowflakes fall like frosting and ice in the streets. Strangers look like neighbors with every smile that you need. But here in my arms I'll keep you warm and hold you tight. On this winter's night, on this winter's night,
We'll count our blessings.
on this winter's night, we will remember. This winter's night, icicle lights will trim the tree. On this winter's night, wrap a present or two for you and me. Tuck our children into bed and dream the night away till the sun dawns in the morning with the joy of Christmas Day. Here in my arms I'll keep you warm and hold you tight. On this winter's night, on this winter's night, on this winter's night, we will remember. The wise men heard the angels sing hymn like soft and low. The king became a child a long, long time ago. And the child became a king so the whole wide world will know what Christmas really is. Oh, this winter's night, on this winter's night, on this winter's night, we will remember.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I've bought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. fighting. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Was that an option? It's always an option. Whatever we want on our last day. You must be young. So I don't even need this back. You can wear that back. It makes you feel better. No, it doesn't. I thought it was required. I thought it. I'm gonna do the Jack Bucket stuff. Definitely looks a lot smaller than but I got the whole other side. This is just part of it. Is that what it is? Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about. That's what Mary was saying. This is just. Yeah, this is only half of it. Yeah, the exhibits are on the other side, and then they're like remodeling the whole dome. Yeah, I can't believe Paul Allen passed away too. That's terrible. Hopefully the Seahawks don't get traded now.
We're on TV.
Oh.
Hello. I'm Jack, and this is Ryan, and we're both from CI Shenanigans here in Tacoma. Ryan is a banquet and catering chef, and today we're going to be presenting seafood stuffed mushrooms, i.e. fresh Dungeness crab and Oregon bay shrimp, for you today. But first, I got to do something really important. I got to Snapchat everybody.
Are you
Say
social
hi.
mediaing?
Yeah.
Hi.
Say hello. Thank you. All right.
So what are you guys making for us today?
We are making seafood stuffing. It is Dungeness crab and Oregon bay shrimp. And what we use at Shenanigans, since as far back as I can remember, the seafood stuffed mushrooms is where we use this most commonly, and also our baked stuffed sole. And we're going to show you another preparation today. And Ryan has prepared everything and portioned it, and we do have recipe cards somewhere. So we're going to start off with some Dungeness crab right here, fresh, visual effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then some Oregon bay shrimp, and we're using approximately about 4 to 6 ounces, or 4 ounces, as Ryan says. And then we're gonna be adding green onions. We're not gonna add them all because it can be overpowering.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
All right.
Just a little bit of cheddar jack. No, dump it.
Dump
it.
A lot of bit. A lot of bit of that cheddar jack.
Then also,
Parmesan, fresh grated.
you want to do some fresh grated Parmesan now?
Yeah. No? What? Let's go with mayo then. What?
I've never made this before.
Look. You got this under control, chefs.
I think so.
Hopefully.
Thank God. Did you read the recipe? Yeah. Okay. Okay, mayonnaise. And don't use that fake mayonnaise. You know, use like some Hellman's for the Midwesterners and Best Foods out here.
All right.
So that's important.
And this is 4 ounces, or 5 ounces, I apologize.
Did everybody hear Ryan? He said 5 ounces.
5 ounces, which will be on the recipe card as well.
Yeah.
But if you want to take notes, there are
Yeah,
postcards on the
right.
seats. So take
Uh,
notes as you go.
We use Japanese breadcrumbs, a.k.a. panko.
Love
We're gonna
panko.
go. We start out small, half. Then we're going to go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. I got to throw these in the oven if you guys want to eat some. Yeah.
Priorities, chef.
Somebody got their timer set?
Got a timer.
We're going to put them in for about 20, 25 minutes. Since it's like
Perfect.
an at-home oven. Yeah. We use convection ovens down on the waterfront. So we got some panko, fresh grated Parmesan.
Beautiful.
Whoa.
Little flair.
Yeah, you see that? You want to use Tabasco first? Okay. Tabasco.
We're seeing a little bit of the
1 ounce?
behind-the-scenes kitchen banter.
Yeah, just a little bit. Normally, it's a lot more intense. Fresh squeezed lemon juice. Can you see that all right in there?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a mess right now.
It's a process.
Oh, fresh minced garlic. Just a little bit.
Just a touch.
Did you hear Ryan? He said bam. White pepper. Wait. Don't dump all that in there, Ryan. There's quite a bit of white pepper.
A lot of white pepper.
Okay, just maybe a pinch. So, a little bit. And then
Nicely done.
I'll do the salt. I've been rehearsing this. I stayed up all night for this.
Oh, look at
Just
that.
a little more? I've seen that somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about the execution.
Ryan said he's going to vigorously mix it. He doesn't use that term ever.
Ever. But we want to be vigorous about our
Yes,
mixing.
Vigorous.
Okay.
He's going to fold it. A lot of folding, too.
Are you just using a spatula for that?
Yeah, normally we'd be using a mixer. You can use a mixer, like with the paddle, and then or your hands.
Yeah, just get in there.
Yeah, incorporating everything. Yeah, maybe. I can't see with my glasses. Yeah, it's got about the right blend of onions too.
All
He's
right.
adding just a little more panko. Remember, start sparingly.
So what type of consistency are you looking for with the panko crust?
We're basically looking for like meatball consistency, you know, where you can make a ball out of it.
Form it into a shape.
Form it, yeah, into a shape. Hamburger. What else could we use? Descriptive adjective words. Hamburger. Play-Doh. Anybody still play with Play-Doh? I do. Me too.
It's a good time.
Yep, Play-Doh is kind of good. That would be kind of thick, though, don't you think? Kind of. Yeah, maybe.
Want to make sure you have a nice consistency where you can form it easily without any excess liquid falling.
Wait.
Slow
I'm going
down.
to come up here with my mic. I'm going to hold the mic for
Here,
Chef.
Ryan, talk.
So that they can maybe have some boundaries up here.
So you're looking for a nice solid consistency where you can form it nicely. You're not seeing any cracks in the mixture, and it's not secreting any excess liquid. That'll kind of sog out your mushroom a little bit and make it a little hard to work with.
How long has it been? I didn't set my timer.
That's all right. You
Okay.
you got time.
Okay.
I've got a loose eye on it. We'll make sure they come out good.
Ryan brought, we're going to show you, like I said, the stuffed portobello that you can turn into an entree, but we didn't bring any plates to put it on, so.
We have plates. We're
Yeah.
prepared.
Thankfully, they're more organized than we are.
So now that the summer season is over, what is the best thing to go to CI Shenanigans for?
Well,
Aside from basking in the sun.
besides wine and cocktails,
Yes.
we feature different specials every 10 days or so that we create. Also, we just recently put in a mix and match menu, which ranges from $4.95 to like $9.95, where the guests are mixing it, matching it. You know, like I think we got like a grilled 4-ounce salmon with a smoked tomato beurre blanc that's available. You know, various things. Half order of steamer clams, half orders of this, half orders of that.
Build your own little
Build your own,
entree,
yeah,
smorgasbord.
Yeah, it makes it nice, you know, that because, you know, everything's so expensive these days. And we've learned with the price of seafood, it's not going down, you know. When I first started in this business, or just at Shenanigans alone, the halibut was $3.85 a pound, $3.50 a pound. Now it's $19, $21 a pound.
Oof.
Copper. I remember everybody knows about the Copper River salmon. You know, when we first started running that, you know, that was $5 a pound. And I had a chance to go out in the ocean up there in Alaska in Cordova, and this was, 14 years ago, out on the boat. To the captains, it was $15 a pound.
Wow.
So, you know, and now it's like, I think, what was it recently, like $36 a pound for whole fish? That's a good price. And that was for sockeye. And kings are going up. But anyway.
It's an indulgence. So build your own little smorgasbord is a really good deal.
Yeah. And instead of taking the, you know, menu increasing price, we got to shrink the portions, you know, to make it more affordable for people. So that's what we've been working on. So he's got a couple smaller, medium-sized portobello mushrooms that he's going to break the stem off. And then, like he used a term, gilling, and removing the...
Is that an official term for it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you Google that? Yeah.
Are you just using a teaspoon there?
Yeah, he's just using a spoon, and if you can show him, face it out.
You can even face it if we can take a shot of it from up above.
And then,
yeah, there you go.
So you'll have two different kinds. This is what it'll look like basically after.
Yeah, he's telling you know, he's going down to the meat per se of the mushroom.
And so do you do anything with the little innards, little mushroom innards there?
No, pitch them. Is what we normally do. Some people can reserve it for mushroom soup or whatever, but that's a lot of portobellos.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we did not do or discuss is we use a raw mushroom. So we take a button mushroom, the common white mushrooms, and we'll break that stem out so, you know, you get that concave, hollow kind of deal so our mushroom mix can fit inside of there. One of the things that you can, and we'll use it raw, we'll use an escargot dish to set them in. It's you know, it's just the round dish
have
with
little
the
divots in there, so they
rivets,
sit.
so the mushroom sits in all cute. Also in it, you can also poach them in wine and garlic and shallots to kind of cook them till they're medium, and then cool them, then stuff them. Also, same with the portobellos too. You can do the same thing, you know, kind of poach them off a little bit. I've used brandy, white wine, red wine, water, steamers, whatever.
Beautiful.
So you know you can play with that, but to give it more flavor, it's common to use wine.
And then how long do you poach them for? That doesn't take long.
No, not at all. You know, you basically just bring it to a boil, dump it out, cool them, but make sure they're cool. You know, because when working with the seafood and whatnot, you don't want to be putting the stuffing in it and then setting it in the fridge. You want it cold.
Mm-hmm.
The only time we would put it while it's still hot or warm is when it's going straight directly in the oven. And that's not very often. No, normally it's cooled. But back in the old days, like I said, back in '86, when I first started working there, we used to do the wine thing and all that. And it worked out great.
Excellent. And the
So-
preparation for the filling, that just took minutes. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't take very long at all to prepare unless you're doing, like we do 30 to 40 pounds at a whack every other day.
yeah, I imagine they're very popular.
Yeah, quite a few. I mean, we sell, of our appetizers, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Shenanigans, but the crab and artichoke dip is one of our popular sellers. The stuffed mushroom, there's like 4 of them that are really big sellers as far as appetizers. Steamer clams and calamari and is top 2. Anybody got any questions?
Any questions?
No?
No, we've had a
Usu-
really quiet audience
What
today.
is wrong with everybody?
We're just warming up.
You're just waiting for the sample. I know how it goes.
Food.
So back to what Ryan's doing here. He's gonna form a disc. He's gonna use a lot. You see that ball he's got right there? It's pretty big, about the size of a hamburger. We definitely wouldn't be putting that much in the restaurant because that mushroom would probably cost about $31.99.
Yeah, that's a beast. But for the holidays, when your
Yeah.
family antes up to the dinner table, they'll just ooh and ah.
And he was, I don't know if anybody heard, but Ryan was talking about using balsamic glaze. That'd be really good on it. But on the recipe card we use fresh grated Parmesan and chopped parsley to spruce it up. And put a couple of those on a dinner plate, and you're good to go. With some potatoes or cabbage or
Yeah.
butternut squash or asparagus spears. What else would you eat with that? Potato chips? Pita bread?
But potato chips go with everything.
Yeah, Doritos. Yeah. Yeah.
And so those are pretty firmly packed in there. We're making a nice firm
I
patty.
mean, you can. It's pretty heavy. Watch me fall. You
Chef
can-
is coming
you
into
can
the
pa-
audience.
I mean, that's pretty heavy.
And take a peek.
That sucker's
It's a
passing around.
meal.
We're not going to eat it. We're not. But they can just pass it around and get that one over there. Let them pass it around. We got to kill some time while these things are cooking.
That's right. Well, tell us some more about CI Shenanigans. You said you've been there since '86.
Actually, this is like my 9th tour of duty. I have been with CI Shenanigans and Ram International off and on since '86. I was one of the original Club Rio openers. If anybody heard of that, there was a dance club up there, and I was hired on as a garde-manger chef, which is a fancy term for a vegetable tray maker. And we did crepes and whatnot. But that was back then, and I've seen the original chef that hired me there is still with the company.
Wow.
And his name is James Cassidy. He's been there forever, and he's our purchasing guy and yada yada executive chef. So, I mean, one of those could be a meal, I guess.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's going to pop in the oven and just show you. Just put it right on the rack, Ryan. Yeah.
So would you use any other seafoods in place of the shrimp and crab?
Yeah, I mean, there are other options available. There's more economical crab meat besides Dungeness. There's blue lump crab out there. The Phillips crab. I don't know. I think it's a blue or a backfin crab that you can get a little, what is it? I think it's maybe 4 ounces that you can get for like $9. And you could use the same stuff. You could still use that. The bay shrimp, you can get for a reasonable price for like, I think as low as $5.95 a pound. You could use, I don't recommend crab with a K, but hey, it depends.
You're dining on a dime.
Yeah,
Why not?
you know, but you know, we grate our own cheddar and Jack mix. We buy 50-pound blocks and grate it ourselves there, as well as the Parmesan is grated at the store as well. But you know, you could buy all that already pre-done. Ryan was talking about, oh, he can even do a vegetarian one. I don't know wine, but a vegan. He said vegan, and I said what? And I said that's way too much work. But he was talking about using carrots, onions, celery, jasmine rice. I guess you could use. You could probably use risotto, couscous, various pastas.
So it's a versatile recipe.
Yeah, but that's really not the same lines of crab and shrimp. But
Chef Jack does not approve.
yeah, no, that's not it at all. I'm a vegan. Sometimes.
We have a question here.
He was pretty much answering it. I'm allergic to dairy, but I love seafood.
Oh,
What kind of substitutions would I use for the dairy?
You could use, what would you say, Ryan? You could use mushrooms, you know, pureed up. You could use tofu. Yeah, I've used tofu too.
Might not be bad.
Heck, you could use a batter, you know, because
They do have that vegan cheese out
yeah,
now.
they do have vegan cheese
Could
and
be an
vegan
option.
and vegan taco meat. So
Yeah.
but you could use what else could you use? You could use different batters. Steamed rice. You can have egg, yeah. You can use egg as a binder too.
Okay. So there's options out there.
Yeah, there's
You can kind of
options.
play around with things a little bit. Any
Uh-oh.
other questions?
Any other?
Oh, here
Yep,
we are.
Here we go.
The balsamic glaze, what would you put in that?
Okay, we cheat and we buy it, and you can buy it, but also you can make it. Use a darker balsamic, some honey, and very lightly on a low heat reduce it to about a third. That honey helps constrict it as well as the reduction. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
nice
that
and
would have a
sweet
nice
with
little
a little bit of tart.
consistency. Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Anything? We're
So
just trying to buy
quiet.
time on these this stuffed mushrooms.
We got time.
Oh, we're getting close. Oh, we're getting really close.
We're getting real close.
We
Ooh,
got
there's
about
another question.
4.3 more minutes.
Oh, 4 points. Start doing the countdown, guys. I can tell people are hungry when they get like really quiet.
As I get older, I can't eat as much when we go out. And lately it seems like all the restaurants are trying to give you more food than you can eat, and I feel it's wasteful.
You're
Can they
right.
do like half a portion?
Yes, that's what we were talking about our mix and match menu. It's a lot smaller. Or like in the restaurant, there's a lot smaller portions because, you know, nobody can eat that much food. You know, back in the, what was it? I had a pleasure of when I was working at Shenanigans to work with the Galloping Gourmet, Graham Kerr. And, you know, it's kind of funny because the guy, as I remember growing up, he was a glutton. And, well, now with portions and all the calories and whatnot, and, you know, like in America, we're the only ones that use the bigger the steak, the better the deal kind of thing. And people they're getting away from all that, you know, the empty calories, the saturated fats, and blah, blah, blah. But with our menu that we were talking about, there are, like I said, the 4-ounce salmon portions. We are getting a lot of people just sampling. You know, it works in lots of facets, but one of them is people that don't eat that much. There are smaller portions, and we have tasting portions, tasting sizes for a reasonable price. And so you can get shares and multiple different things, but yeah, we do have smaller portions. You know, remember the old early bird and whatnot, you know, smaller portions at certain hours. Well, this menu for us is all day. You know, it's available in the bar at lunch. It's available at lunch. We have petite Caesar salads. Petite, speaking of petite Caesar salad, it is literally would fit on this plate, just maybe a little more, with a 4-ounce starting off raw chicken breast. So it cooks down to, nowadays, it's about 1.2 ounces after, yeah. But we have smaller portions available for people. Yeah, not if you're doing catering.
Yeah, I think that's a really good option too. I like to eat. I like big portions, but I'm indecisive. So I bring my family and I make my children like, I don't want to eat that. Like, no, you're going to order that because I want to taste it. So this is a really good option for that too, even if you're just feeling like you need a little more in your life.
Yeah, that's works. Anything else?
Oh, I got a couple hands. Hold on. We're gonna do rounds.
My husband wants to do an all grilled holiday meal. Could you do these on the grill top?
Ooh, you could.
That's a
You
good
could, as
question.
long, like I said, that slow and low temperature on the grill, covered, and that will help cook, and of course make the this thing, that monstrosity that Ryan made that it's like
It's
trying to
beautiful.
eat
Don't
a
talk
cheese,
to it like that.
trying to eat a whole cheesecake. Yeah, because it is really rich. You'd make it a lot thinner so it cooks faster, and time it with the mushroom.
Oh, excellent. We have another question here.
Could you make this with all shrimp or all crab?
Yes, you absolutely can. Yes, for me, myself, I would make it with all crab if I was eating it.
Without a K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Any other questions? Just salivating. I think you can start smelling it, which is always a really good sign.
Ryan thinks they're ready. That big old portobello's not ready, that's for sure. That'll be ready tomorrow.
It'll be ready never. There's a nice up above shot. Oh, nope. There's Ryan though. Hi, Chef.
It's too bad we didn't save any Parmesan.
Oh, that's all right.
We got plenty
You
of
can
green
make it rain
onions.
some more. There's a beautiful up above shot of our golden brown stuffed mushrooms with a little chive on top. I love it. Thank you, chefs. Let's give it up for Chef Jack and Chef Ryan, and we will have some samples for you shortly.
Yeah. This is I've always wanted to do this. It's like Garth Brooks. Thunder rolls. Yeah. We'll go ahead and get some of these out. Are you sure? Are you sure? We're going to cheat. Oh, you're awesome. Let me take this off now.
149. I think we're
149. We're cheating. Yes.